Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day out there. I'm Carolina Romer and welcome to my channel where we go to thrift stores, flea markets, yard sales, and estate sales to find product to flip for a profit on eBay. So today we're here at my local thrift store, which is an amazing one, Steps of Hope. They just have amazing product, amazing prices. So let's get in here today and see what we can find to flip for a profit. So let's get in here and roam the wilds. Alright, let's go ahead and kick things off today. We have a lot of items to go over today in this segment. We start off in toys, and I find these Thomas Trackmasters. There was about 15 in this bag, and the comps were all over the place. I believe I can get anywhere from $55 to $70 for this little lot right here that I pick up, and I pay around $6 for this lot. Keep your eyes peeled for these. Some engines go for a lot. Heading over to Plush, I'm digging through the Plush. I end up having to move this big block out the way later on. But pushing some Plush over, I end up finding this Pokemon, new with tags, Turtwig, Turtle Plush. It was a small plush. This is a pre-owned sold comp. So I have mine listed around $32. And it's a great small item to ship. After I move the big block out the way, I start digging on the other side to see if I can find any more hidden plush in this big crib. I end up finding this gimme Jewish rabbi figure. He danced, he sings, he was fully functional. This is my sold comp. I ended up paying $3 for him and selling him for $46. Shipping was about $6. Always check your sold comps on gimme animatronics. Now heading over to board games, I see Super Scrabble. Keep your eyes peeled for Super Scrabble Deluxe. This wasn't one, but it sells for around $80. I paid $3 for Super Scrabble, and it sells for around $44. All the pieces were there, and it was complete. Now this next find, I love finding. I found one in the past. This is definitely a part out item where I take parts off and individually sell them. Like just the top goes for around $40. The replacement rear end goes for around $40. And even the tires sell. The frame sells. And I'm only paying $3 for this item. And I'm going to make around $90 by parting it out instead of trying to selling it whole. And shipping is so much cheaper doing it this way. Great find there. Again, I apologize for the voiceover. It's just that my thrift store plays music and I don't want to get a copyright violation. Now, I go through the jackets and I find this Ducati, like little pullover raincoat. There was no listings, no sold comps. I'm paying $15 for it. It is vintage, so I feel like I can get around maybe $60 to $70 for it. It was very lightweight, great shipping item. So definitely a pickup there. As always, please remember to like and subscribe to the video. It helps push the channel out, and hit that bell notification if you would like to see more content from me. Now this was a new find for me, a first time. Brave Star, very great jean. This one sold for around $55. I should get about $68, $70 free shipping. They're made in the USA. I didn't know what was so special about them. I've never heard of them. As you can see, I pull out my phone here and I'll end up going through some of the listings and they go up there. And I even go through the sold comps. As you can see, 95, 64. I pull up the sold comps and as a surprise, yes, they were selling for anywhere from $45 to $90 for this pair of jeans. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for the jean company Brave Star. Really great seller there. Going through the sportswear, I find this Justin Fields Ohio State jersey. It was in great condition. It was by Nike. I should be able to sell this for around $30 to $35. I did pay $4 for this jersey. All sports jerseys are $4 at my thrift store. I end up finding another one here in a minute. It was in great condition. It was a size large. Great size there. No stains, no holes. This next jersey I ended up finding happens to be a Majestic. It was a Bryce Harper Washington Nationals jersey. Another great condition jersey. I should get around 35, maybe push it to 40. It was a size medium, so it's going to be harder to sell. So I might sell it for around $30. Again, another $4 pickup there. In the hat section, my hats are a little expensive, so I have to be picky. I find this Star Trek hat, but there was no great sold comps on it. But I end up finding this Puma Lewis Hamilton Mercedes cap that goes for around $30 to $35, and it was in great condition. So I will pay $4. I'm pretty sure I can ship this under £1, so great shipping there. So with shipping and all, I should make around $20 on this cap. Now, passing by the bags, I catch eyes on this Camelback Cloud Walker. It was missing the hydration pack. I did pull up a sold comp of 33 with it crossed out. I did check Terapeak. This item did sell for $30. Terapeak is a program on eBay that store members can use to look up prices from longer than 90 days up to 2 years ago. So a little great service there when having an eBay membership. I should sell this for around $40. I have mine listed $38. And it was only $5, and it's lightweight, so going ground shipping maybe $8. And behind that Camelback, I found this Solo New York laptop bag. They had it priced at $3. It was very lightweight, just like the last bag. So I should get around $30 to $35 free shipping for this bag. It was in great condition. The straps fold into the bag so you can carry it by the handle or your back. It seemed like a really great pack, and there was about 4 or 5 sold comps in this and one other listed. So this should be a pretty quick sell for me. Now, this next find was pretty awesome. It was a sealed Game Boy game, still in the clamshell. It was $25. There were some listed for $100, none sold, but pretty cool to see a sealed Game Boy game. They wanted $25, and I passed on it. Pretty awesome there. Love my video games. You don't see this every day, a sealed Game Boy Color game. And above that, there was this PlayStation 2 lot. They had 80 on it. There was just no wiggle room, but pretty cool to see how they're lotting stuff up here and putting one price. And it was pretty decent price, but just not good enough. But moving over to the games, they were putting a lot of game stuff out today. And I should have grabbed that Wii U handheld console, but I passed for some reason. I do not know why, but I end up getting one in this Wii U box that I bought. Here, you'll see in a minute. Now, I start looking through the games. 99% of the games at Steps to Hope thrift store are $2. But most of these games only sell on eBay for around $6 to $12 to $13. So not really great pickups here. There is Wii Sports. I ended up going back and looking at it. It was very scratched up. That's why it is a $25 game loose. But I ended up passing on it because it had a lot of scratches on it. Just because you find a good game, always check the back to see if any cracks or deep scratches on the back of the game. You're asking for a return. Now, they had all these Wiis. I've stepped away from Wiis because the market is oversaturated with them and they just don't sell that great. But there was a Wii U system console that I find and I do end up buying, and you'll see later on. But this had the handheld. Now, unfortunately, it was not a Wii U console. It was a black Wii console, so that was pretty disappointing. But I do end up selling the handheld and the controller for $90. This is my sold comp, and I paid $35 for the whole system. I'll sell the system maybe at a flea market or a yard sale. I do end up getting this Mario Kart and Wii Sports. Now, going outside and taking a look at that Wii U handheld and console, as you can see, the black Wii is actually a Wii, not a Wii U console. Now, the Mario Kart and Wii Sports I bought, this is my sold listing. I did sell these for $52. I was in it for $8, and I believe shipping was $4.50 something, so good little flip there. Now, over in appliances, I ended up finding two great part out items. Again, these are great items to part out, these Ninja blenders. And I've already listed the part outs on this one, and these are my sold comps. This 72-ounce replacement pitcher sold for $42, and I am only paying $10 for this blender. The base sold for around $40-something, and I end up selling the lid also. I believe I sold the lid around, $25. So this is a great part out item. You can make more money than just selling the whole system whole. Now, also looking at this Ninja air fryer, they had $15 on it, but it was big, it was bulky, it was heavy, and it only resold for $70. And down below was another Ninja blender. Now, when you're parting out something, you just want to go by the model number and look at the listings, and you'll see what the parts are going for and selling for, and the names of the part to help you list the items. This one was $15, but as you see, just the top goes for around $60. Another great part out item. Again, you make way more money parting out certain items than selling them whole. Now, I find this jadeite green glass egg holder. There was no chips or cracks. They did have $12 on it. There was a couple listings with chips and cracks, but there was no sold comps. So I put mine for $48. And I do have already 4 watchers on it. So I'm hoping this will sell soon. I probably will go down to maybe 36 at least to sell this item. Now with this next item, I actually found 2 weeks ago in one of my previous videos. So what I do is I pay $4.50 for this. I go home and I revise the listing. I update it. I add the pictures. I change the quantity to 8 glasses instead of 4. And as you can see, I have it listed for $84 already with 2 watchers. So again, we hope this item sells fast. Now I see these little salt and pepper shakers. They had $3 on them. I ended up picking them up and looking at the bottoms of them, and they had the logo FF, which stands for Fitz and Floyd, which is a really amazing brand to keep your eyes open for because some of their stuff can sell for a lot of money. Now, there was no listings or sold comps for these, but I'm going to ask around $28 for these 2 salt and pepper shakers. Now, just checking out some other items in the glassware section, I end up looking over and seeing this really cool Art Deco mid-century modern ashtray. It was $7. It was by Kleinkraft, and it had this just vomit glass look to it that just sparkles. This is from around the 70s, and I'm going to ask around $38 to $42 just for this one ashtray. And I can go down in price just a little bit on this item. Great find there. Your mid-century modern stuff is really hot right now. I ended up looking at these salt and pepper shakers that ended up being nothing. Then I see a piece of glass. This glassware happens to be Fenton. Some people list it as an ashtray, which I don't believe Fenton makes ashtrays, but it actually ends up being a candle holder. There was no listings, active or sold listings. I probably should have stepped away from this product, but I paid $6 for it. And I should get around $25 to $30 free shipping. Now this next item was a milk glass bake casserole dish. It was $3.50. Again, no active listings, no sold listings. This is one of your like back in the 70s glassware. It sells great. I should be able to get around $35 to $45 free shipping just for this one casserole dish. Keep your eyes peeled for glass bake, especially ones with designs on the sides. Now going over to the electronics section, I see these Bose speakers from a mile away. Anything Bose and it works, sells great. This is my sold comp. I've already sold these. They were only listed for like 8 hours before they sold. I believe I only paid $5 for these. These were a really great find. I love finding Bose items. They sell fast and they sell for a lot of money. This other item in the electronics section were these new open box marine speakers. Now, they had $20 on them, but from doing research on some websites, they were selling from $700 to $900. So I did put $284. That seems a little high. So if they don't sell, I probably will come down on price on these. But these were Fusion marine speakers with like 3 different plastic covers for them. They're basically waterproof speakers for boats. Going through the purses, I find this Dooney & Burke Rainbow Duck coin purse. They call this the Wonder Duck model with its rainbow colors. Now, I did pay $12 for this. It is a keychain. I should be able to get around 30 to maybe high 40 for this. It is a rare and hard to find colorway for Dooney & Burke. So, great little pickup there. It was very bright and vibrant. Going through cosmetics, I end up looking through and I'm going through sunglasses. And I catch that name Ray-Ban on this case here. And I'm like, I wonder if there's anything in it. And I happen to open it up and surprise, there was a pair of Ray-Ban Aviators, silver frame inside the case. Now, this is a great little pickup. I should be able to get around $55 to $65 for these. They were in great condition. They just needed to be washed up a little. Now, again, in previous videos, if you've listened, I always look out for name brand sunglasses, even if the lenses are scratched. The frames can sell for $20 to up to $40 with really scratched lens because of aftermarket lens companies can replace those lenses. Now, more video game things were being put out, and I'm looking through. I see a lot of Wii stuff. They had this PS3. More games were put out. I don't see anything that great. I do see these Wii special edition steering wheels. They were $3 a piece. This is my sold listing. I sold these for $34.99 and they sold fast. I would say probably about a day they were gone. And shipping was probably $6.80 if I can remember correctly. So great little pickup there. I see this PS2 for $30. This PS3 was $30. Now, going back and looking through some of these games, I ended up selling this Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 for the GameCube. Most GameCube games are worth picking up. I don't know why. They're just really great games. They sell for decent money. I ended up passing on the PS4 games. Now, going through some of the games again, all games were $2. I just wasn't seeing anything that great. So I ended up passing on all these. There was even some Super Nintendo games sitting in here, but nothing great, like Jaws, this Babysitter's Club type game, but I ended up passing. Now, going through the miscellaneous section, I see the name Pioneer, and this happens to be a multi-disc holder for back in the day in the 90s. You used to have disc changers in the trunk of your car, and these would just slip in. But I'm only paying $1 each, and there was a lot of sold listings. Sold comps were really good. $24.99 for the lot of 3. So these were a definite pickup, and they were very lightweight. And in great condition at that. Now, I don't know if this next find was a mistake or not. I found this tackle box filled with vintage lures. Now, I hear vintage lures can go for a lot of money. I paid up $45 for this item, but it was filled with vintage lures, and I'm just stepping my feet in the waters on this one and giving it a test. As you see, I put it up for auction. It is up to $56 with 3 days left, so I'm hoping for the best on the last hours or day of this auction. Like I said, this is something new for me, so I did want to step in the waters and give it a go and just do a little bit of research, see what kind of lures go for good money. Come to find out, your really old ones that are cork can go for good. But if you check out some of these sold comps, like this is a legit sold comp coming up. Over $1,500 just for 2 fishing lures. Now, going in the sold comps and filtering the highest sold, there is some other great sales on vintage lures. Like here's some other ones, like lot of 3 unused, 318. Vintage Moorheading, just 305. Like crazy prices on vintage fishing lures. Definitely keep your eyes out at yard sales and thrift stores. Now, I didn't get this next find on video because this thing was a beast. It was heavy. It was $25. I had to take my camera off to prevent it from getting damaged. But this Amana Cookmatic microwave, like one of the first microwaves. Again, that mid-century modern look sells. This thing was clean. Got home, tested it. Everything worked great. It still was heating up just fine. So I might sell this as a local buy for around $300. Now off to another local thrift store. This is the Adventist thrift store located in Tryon, North Carolina. Another great thrift store. This one, hands down, has the best prices in town. But I see this Saphiro game. It was $3 and it was new sealed. This is a bolo item. Be on the lookout. Unsealed pre-owned, it was going around $44, but this is my sold comp of $54. This sold within 2 days. There was none listed, a ton sold. So definitely pick these up if you find them. Great board game. Keep your eyes peeled out for Saphiro. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Now I find this like hidden behind some stuff in the glassware. Now it is a Tiffin pink koi fish candlestick holder, and it's $2, and I had to look this one up on Terapeak. It sold for $33 plus 12 shipping, so I have mine listed for $38 free shipping. And then at the end I find this little 50-cent toothpick holder. I thought it was really cool. It has that mid-century modern look again, that Amberina Daisy red, yellow, orange look to it. It was in great condition, no chips, no scratches, for a definite pickup at 50 cents. Now off to another great local thrift store, Operation Hope. This is another great local thrift store in my area. All of my thrift stores in my area are just downright great. Now just looking through, I see this box. It had a great story from it. No, that is not the German symbol. This symbol was used before 1925, and it meant peace and prosperity. And it was used on a lot of American products. But before World War II happened and the Germans took over the logo, American products immediately dropped the logo from destroying the reputation of their company. Just a great find. I want to believe this tin is from around the 1920s. It was in pretty great condition and just had a really cool backstory. Now, I do have it listed for $89 with 3 watchers. None were sold, none were listed, so let's just hope for that great sale. Now, going over to shoes, I ended up finding these Nike SBs with like this Aztec pattern. I paid $10, so I did pay up for them, but I'm hoping to sell these for around $55 to $65, and I believe they were a 10.5, which is a really great shoe size. A size 9 to about a 12 in a men's is a great shoe size to look out for. They were clean, not much cleaning to do on them. Hardly any wear, so just great pickup there. Now going through the clothes, I didn't really see much, but I do find this Johnny O, which is a very great brand to keep your eyes open. This shirt was only $1.50, and I should be able to sell it for either $36 to $38. And hopefully it ships under a pound. Now getting into the end of the segment, I would really like some feedback. Tell me what you guys would like to see. Just drop a comment. Tell me what you like, what you dislike. But I start finding these Stephen King books, and I find a couple of them, and they surprisingly all happen to be first edition, first printings. Now, I'll put some information up, but a first edition book, be careful, because there can be other copyright dates. For example, Stephen King It can come out in 1982, but in 1984 they re-released the book, and it could also be like second edition, first printing, but they call it first editions. So always keep your eyes out on that copyright date. But these line sequences is what tells if it's a first edition, first printing. Whether the one lines up from the left to right, or it starts in a 1 and ends in a 2. And all these, if you can see, sorry again for the blurriness, the focus was not working that great. But all these end up being first edition, first printing Stephen King books. Now, I haven't gone through them, so I don't know if there's a big one, but there can be some big Stephen King first edition, first printings. As you can see, some of these sold comps, these are legit sold comps. Now, I don't know. I haven't looked through any of these. If one of these are big, I will probably end up, if they aren't like $20, $30 sellers, I might end up just lotting them all together. And I am only paying $1 for these books. And they were all in decent condition. You always want to check the cover, the spines, see if there's mold in between the pages, because books are prone to mold. Now, older the Stephen King book and its first edition, first printing, the better. Again, I hope everyone enjoyed this segment. It was a long one. There was a lot crunched in. Again, I would just like to hear some feedback. You know, what do you guys want to see? What do you like? What do you dislike? I know I sound like a broken record there, but, you know, I just like to hear what y'all think. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. It helps get the channel out there. Hit that notification bell to get notified whenever I release more videos. As always, remember to get out there and roam the wilds.